These are the stories of 5 brave, remarkable women from the Bible. Their lives still speak today because the dangers they faced and the choices they made are just like the ones we face, and they showed us what true courage looks like. Let's begin with Esther. Esther was a young Jewish woman living in Persia. She was raised by her cousin Mordecai after losing her parents. One day, the king chose Esther to be his queen, though he didn't know she was Jewish. Not long after, the king's advisor, Haman, made a terrible plan. He wanted to destroy all the Jews in the kingdom. Mordecai told Esther, "You must go to the king and speak for your people." But in those days, even the queen couldn't just walk up to the king without being called. Doing so could mean death. Esther was afraid, but after praying and fasting, she went. She stood before the king, spoke up, and exposed Haman's evil plan. Because of her courage, the Jewish people were saved.
This is Deborah, a prophetess, a judge, a warrior. She didn't rule from a palace. She sat beneath a palm tree, and from there, she led a nation. But there was a war coming. The Canaanites had a terrifying army, led by a commander named Sisera. God told Deborah that it was time to fight back. She called for Barak, the commander of the army. She said, "Has not the Lord commanded you to go?" But Barak hesitated. "I will go," he said, "but only if you go with me." So she went into battle, into danger, into history. She wasn't armed with sword or spear. She was armed with courage, with clarity, with the call of God. That day, the enemy fell, and Israel was delivered.
This is Jael. She wasn't a queen, or a judge, or a soldier. She lived in a tent with her family, far from the battlefield. But one day, the war came to her doorstep. After the battle between Israel and the Canaanites, the enemy commander Sisera fled. He ran and found Jael's tent. She welcomed him in. She offered him milk. She covered him with a blanket. And when he fell asleep, she picked up a hammer and a tent peg and killed him. Jael didn't plan to be a hero. She just saw evil and chose to act. Her courage saved Israel. This is the story of Ruth. She was from Moab, a land outside of Israel. She married into an Israelite family. But soon, tragedy struck. Her husband died. So did her father-in-law and her brother-in-law. Her mother-in-law Naomi decided to return home to Bethlehem. Naomi told Ruth to stay behind, to go back to her people. But Ruth replied,
"Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God."
So Ruth followed Naomi. In Bethlehem she worked in the fields, gathering grain behind the harvesters. There she caught the eye of Boaz, a kind and noble man. Boaz noticed her, not because she was powerful, but because she was faithful. He protected her. He honored her. And in time, he chose her to be his wife. Ruth, a foreigner and a widow, became the great-grandmother of King David and part of the family line that led to Jesus. She was brave. She was loyal. She was chosen for something greater.
This is Mary, a young woman living in a small town called Nazareth. She was engaged to a man named Joseph. She had plans, a quiet life ahead. But then, everything changed. One day, an angel appeared and said, "You will have a son. He will be great. He will be called the Son of God." Mary was afraid. She didn't understand everything that was happening. But she answered, "I am the Lord's servant. Let it be as you have said." Mary carried Jesus before anyone else believed in him. She faced whispers, judgment, fear, but she stayed faithful. From the manger to the cross, Mary was there, always watching, always loving. She was chosen, but more than that, she chose to believe.